Hi guys, so while PMQs had its own bit of drama today, what happened before caught both Labour and Tory MPs by surprise and no doubt shocked political commentators. Conservative MP for Dover and veteran of Fool of the Week, Natalie Elphicke, crossed the aisle and defected to the Labour Party. Now this comes about a week after another Tory MP and NHS doctor switched to Starmer's party, citing the government's neglect of health and social care. So as a hard-right Brexiteer who has criticised Labour on immigration in the past jumped ship, is this the end of Rishi Sunak, or does it paint Labour as a party open to all, even the ERG?
Well, in 2019, the Conservatives stood on a manifesto that was very much centre ground. But under Rishi Sunak, they've abandoned the centre ground and broken many election promises. Meanwhile, under Keir Starmer, Labour have changed. And I think that change is going to bring a much better future for our country. And that's why I was so keen to join the Labour Party and play my part in bringing that important future forward.
I'm delighted to welcome Natalie Elphicke to the Labour Party. She's got a strong track record on issues such as housing. She's on the front line when it comes to the crisis of small boats. And the reason that she's given for joining the Labour Party is very, very important, because I think she speaks for very many Tory voters in saying that the Tory party has changed. It's left the centre ground. But equally, the Labour Party has changed. And we are very clearly the party of the national interest, of country first, party second.
Okay, so this was surprising, to say the least. Now, if somebody were to ask me, who do you think is going to defect to another party? Well, I would have thought of somebody, maybe a moderate like Tom Tugendhat or someone like that may defect. You know, they're tired with the Conservatives, they jump ship, maybe to hold on to their seat or something like that. One of the last people I would have ever thought of was Natalie here. And if I was told she was going to defect, I would have imagined she'd defect to Reform UK, not to the Labour Party. Now, some people are saying that, well, you know, she's more at home with Labour when it comes to things like housing, but when it comes to immigration, and she used to be a member of the ERG, so Labour is the last option you would imagine for her. Now, is this good for Rishi Sunak? Of course not. This is an absolute disaster for Rishi Sunak. Once again, a senior MP, a high-profile MP, leaving the party and joining the opposition. And of course, she has been very boisterous about immigration, about stopping the boats, criticising the Labour Party for not having a plan, egging the Prime Minister on, supportive of people like Suella Braverman. So she's not a centrist, she's on the hard right of the Conservative Party. I think she's also a member of the New Conservatives, or no longer, not now anyway. She used to be a member of the New Conservatives. So this is not some centrist, not somebody who's sitting on the fence. This is somebody on the hard right of the Conservative Party, and they have jumped ship, not to Reform, but to Labour. Now, a lot of commentators are extremely worried about this on the Labour side, and I've been speaking to some people and I've been following some people, and they're not happy about this one bit, and I can understand that. You have a hard right MP from the Conservative Party joining the Labour Party, and Labour leaving the door open for people like this. Her comments in the past are pretty terrible. She's hard right when it comes to immigration. She's hard right when it comes to Brexit. You know, why would the Labour Party invite somebody like this in? Now, it's important to remember that Natalie is not standing at the next election. So this is not about her saving her arse. This is not about her trying to hold on to power or trying to hold on to her seat. This is, I think, about sending a message to the Conservatives. This is about delivering a bloody nose to Rishi Sunak. But now the focus, of course, will be on Labour. Why is Labour doing this? Now, I understand why the response from people within the Labour Party and its members and supporters has been pretty terrible to this. This is a terrible idea. Why the hell are you doing this? I can understand that response. But the public don't care about those things. All the public see, most voters have never heard of this individual. You know, she mightn't even be well known in Dover. So the fact that she has switched party will just be Tory MP switches to Labour. That's what most people will see. And that will be enough for the Labour Party. They don't need to go into details about her comments in the past. And of course, the Conservatives are going to try and use her comments from the past against the Labour Party, but it's not going to really have any impact. Because as I keep saying, the focus will be on the Conservatives. Are people happy with the Conservatives? No, they're not. And when they hear stories about MPs switching party, they say, okay, well, if the MPs are switching, then why the hell am I voting for this party? So while on the surface, this sounds terrible for Labour within its ranks, I think the decision to allow someone like her in, an E or G or a Brexiteer, hard right, this is about telling the public this party is open to all. If you're a Conservative voter, we're happy to have your vote as well. We're a broad church. Now, I don't know whether this is good for the party long term, because once you get into power, you have to actually implement policies and stuff like this. Now, of course, Natalie will not be a member of the Labour Party after the election. But if the party is open to people like this, it could create friction within the party. It could split the party if you're willing to have a very broad church. We saw it with the Conservatives. When they had an 80-seat majority, it started to fall apart. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.